everyone, I am Olatunji, a virtual intern at HARLEM solicitors. In this session, I will be discussing on the topic the legal rights and remedies available to telecommunications subscribers in Nigeria. Over the years, the telecom sector has experienced increase in the number of telephone and GSM network subscribers. According to Nigerian Communications Commission Statistics 2020, as of June 2020, telephone subscribers stood at 196.3 million, which indicated a 12.9 increase in the number of telephone subscribers recorded in June 2019. In this video, I'll be examining the rights of telephone subscribers as well as the remedies available to subscribers whose rights have been breached. First of all, what is telecommunication? Telecommunications refer to the exchange of information by electronic and electrical means over a significant distance. The telecom sector is governed by primary legislation known as the Nigerian Communications Act 2003. The Act establishes the Nigerian Communications Commission, which is the sole regulator of the telecoms industry. Now, Section 156 of this Act states the definition of subscriber. A subscriber is any person who uses or subscribes to a communication service. However, not everyone is a consumer. 4 factors must be proved by any person claiming to be a consumer. I'll be highlighting the factors. Number 1, there must have been a sale transaction between the buyer and the seller. Number 2, the sale must be of goods and services. Number 3, the buying of the goods and services must be of consideration. Consideration might be in many ways. It might be money, it might be anything. Then the consideration must have been paid or partly paid, promised or partly promised. Now, moving on, the Commission has made and published several regulations and guidelines which are relevant to consumer protection. Among them are the Consumer Code of Practice Regulations 2007, the Quality Service Regulations 2013, the Dispute Resolution Guidelines, and the NCC Registration of Telephone Subscribers Regulations 2011. All these regulations guide and protect consumers. Now, the rights of subscribers and consumers of telecom service in Nigeria as contained in relevant provisions of NCA and the regulations and guidelines. I'll be discussing all these rights. Number 1, the right to quality service. This means that the right to quality service and consumer protection must be adequately provided by the telecom service providers. Now, the Section 104 to Section 106 of the NCA 2003 provides for this quality service. The NCC also made and published a regulation known as the Quality Service Regulations 2013. This regulation ensures that the protection and promotion of the interest of the consumers against unfair practices and tariffs, including tariffs and charges. It also provides and protects consumers for availability of quality communication service. It ensures the availability, and it also ensures that this quality of service by the telecom communication service providers are maintained and adequately taken care of. Also, the quality of service regulation stipulates the minimum quality standard for telephone subscribers and for telecom services providers to follow. These service providers are required to meet such minimum standards of quality of service. Also, another right is the right of information. Every subscriber is entitled to certain basic information relating to the product or service they want to purchase. Every service provider must also provide subscribers with information concerning refund or compensation. The paragraph 6 sub-paragraph 1 of the Consumer Code of Practice Regulations 2007 provides that every service provider must provide consumers with information on their services that is complete and up-to-date in clear language. Another right I'll be discussing that is very important is the right to fair charges and accurate billing. You'll be wondering how our bills charged when we call, when we send text messages. I'll be telling you on that. Licensees or service providers must ensure that the billing of subscribers are accurate and timely. NCC has made it mandatory for service providers to send end of call notification, new account balance, total cost of call, and they must give information on text messages. This end of call notification are sent after we make our call to another person on our line. Another right is the right to privacy and protection of personal information. Paragraph 20 of the Consumer Code that I have stated earlier ensures that consumer privacy is respected, and it guarantees the accuracy of the individual consumer information stored by service providers. Now, these rights that have been stated, there are many, but due to the time I cannot state everything. There are remedies provided by NCC which they give to persons whose rights are breached. The NCC, by virtue of Section 4, subparagraph P, and Section 75, sub 2 of the Nigerian Communications Act, the NCC has power to resolve disputes between persons who are subject to this act. However, an attempt must first be made by the parties to resolve any dispute between them through negotiation before the involvement of the Commission. The Dispute Resolution Guidelines 2004, published by NCC, allows for the use of alternative dispute resolution, which is popularly known as ADR processes, in resolving issues between disputing parties. In conclusion, an aggrieved party seeking redress must avail himself of the full provisions of the NCC in addressing grievances against network service providers before commencing action in court. This principle was established in the case of Adiola and Ayeoba, where the court held that a party must first exhaust a line of action provided by statute for the determination of an issue before going to court. Otherwise, the suit will be in contravention of a condition precedent and therefore incompetent. Finally, where action is founded on simple contracts, the High Court has jurisdiction. For example, where a telecommunication company, e.g. MTN, Glo, or Airtel, breached a contract with a subscriber, the High Court has jurisdiction to hear and determine the suit as constituted by the court. I hope I have been able to highlight all these rights and remedies available to you as a subscriber of a telecommunication company. Thank you for listening. You can follow HARLEM Solicitors on all our social media pages, e.g. Facebook, LinkedIn, for more info and any legal advice. And you can also get information on our website, harlemsolicitors.com. Thank you for listening.